In my previous video, I had discussed a lots of concept about our country's index, that is Nifty and Sensex, and I have just tried to convince you that directly or indirectly we all are related to our country's stock market, and I have also told you to bet on our country's index. But how much amount can I accumulate after investing in this sort of index fund? So for that, do check the complete video. Hi guys, this is Anurag and I welcome you all to part 2 of Wonders of Mutual Fund series. In this video, we will be taking several examples just to show you that how by a very small amount we can accumulate a great sort of amount just by investing in this sort of index. And for that you just need not have to do lots of things, just keep invested in this sort of index fund and just see the magic. But before that, we need to discuss few of the terms which are important in due course of this video. So for that, let's see. So the very first one is the difference between the interest and the dividend. Most of you know that what exactly the interest is. Let us suppose if I deposit some sort of amount in the secured asset classes, that is the banks or the post office, then they just promise me to give an interest rate varying from 5 to 7%. That is, by hook or by crook, the banks or the post office must have to pay me an interest rate of 5 to 7% for the amount which I have deposited. Whereas in case of dividend, this word is generally pronounced in the share market or in the mutual fund market. Basically, it means that if I hold a share of any company and if the company do well, that is, if their revenues are performing well and if their profits are well, then keeping some sort of money aside with them for their plant development, for buying some sort of machinery, for expansion of some sort of plant, keeping this sort of money with themselves, and the surplus of amount, if they do have, they just distribute among the shareholders. So let us assume that if I have a share of any companies, let it be X, and if the company X is doing good, if their profits are good, if the revenues are good, then they may or may not distribute some sort of money with their shareholders. That is definitely not mandatory, but these things are generally called as the dividend. And as I have told in the case of interest, that interest are mandatory, the dividend are not mandatory, and it's just a matter of question that whether the dividends are good or not. Definitely if we are getting some sort of money, definitely it is good. But if we are investing in the stock market, if I have the share of any sort of companies, then my sole intention should be the capital appreciation, as I have mentioned in my previous video. So for that, those who have not checked my previous video, they can click in the I button and just see my previous video. So what exactly capital appreciation means, I am just trying to quickly wrap it up. Like, let us say if I have invested 1000 rupees in a share of company, then my sole intention should be I should be getting a amount from 1200 or 1500 after some year, may it be 2 year or 3 years. So that 200 or 300 profit is called as the capital appreciation. So that should be our sole intention if we are investing in the stock market, not just the dividend thing. And the interest and the dividend both are just taxable in the hands of the person. Earlier what used to happen, that before 2020 basically the companies need to pay the dividend tax. So whatever the amount we are getting from any of the company, they were just completely tax free if we are getting it below 10 lakhs, and if we are getting a dividend greater than 10 lakh from any of the company, then we need to pay a tax of 10%. But below 10 lakh, that was completely tax free. But after 2020 we need to pay the taxes both on interest that we received from the banks and the post office and the dividend as per our income tax slabs. So I hope the difference between the interest and the dividend are clear. Now moving on to the next difference, that is the difference between SIP lump sum and RD and FD, that is recurring deposit and the fixed deposit. Most of us know that what the recurring deposit is. That is generally pronounced in the banks and the post office. Like if I promise the banks and the post office to give a certain amount on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis, so that is called as a recurring deposit. That is, I will go and invest some sort of amount, some sort of fixed amount in these asset classes, that is the banks and the post office, per month. And the same thing in the mutual fund industry is called as the SIP, that is the systematic investment plan. I will tell a mutual fund company that I will give this sort of amount per month, and that is called as the systematic investment plan. So depositing some sort of money in some sort of mutual fund per month is known as the systematic investment plan. And most of us know that what the fixed deposit means. Let us say if I have a corpus of money, a huge sum of money, may it be 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakh or so, and if I invest in a single shot, that is known as the fixed deposit in case of banks and post office. And if I have a corpus of money and I invest at a single shot in some sort of mutual fund, so that is known as the lump sum. So I hope the difference between SIP lump sum and fixed deposit and recurring deposit are clear. Now moving to the last difference, that is the difference between LTCG and STCG. LTCG stands for long term capital gain and STCG stands for short term capital gain. Now what is this LTCG? Like, these are the things which are generally pronounced if we invest in some sort of mutual fund, or if I have some shares of some XYZ, any of the company. Like if I hold a mutual fund for more than 1 year, and if my capital appreciation is more than 1 lakh, then I need to pay tax at the rate of 10%. So let us consider an example just to understand this. If I have invested 10 lakh in some sort of mutual fund, and after let's say 2 or 3 years the amount has turned to be 13 lakh. So for first 1 lakh I just need not have to pay any sort of tax. It is just completely tax free. But the 2 lakhs, that is 13 minus 11 lakh, the 2 lakh, for the 2 lakh amount I just need to pay a tax of 10%, that is 20,000. So I hope this LTCG is clear. And as I have told that if my capital appreciation is more than 1 lakh, I just need to pay a tax of 10%. That also varies from mutual fund to mutual fund and according to the scheme. For the equity mutual fund, that is whatever we are talking about, the investing in some sort of large cap company or investing in some sort of index fund, so for that we have a LTCG tax of 10%. And there are 3 types of mutual fund basically, that is large cap mutual fund, debt mutual fund and hybrid mutual fund. So for debt mutual fund you just need to pay the taxes according to your tax slab, and for the hybrid mutual fund they are just taxed similar to the equity. So I hope this LTCG part is clear. Now what is STCG? If I hold some sort of mutual fund less than 1 year, then I just need to pay the taxes at the rate of 15%. So I hope this STCG part is also clear. You all must be wondering that what he is telling, he is just telling me to invest in this sort of index fund, and if I am into this market then my expectations are 50% gain or 60% gain, but he is just telling me to invest in this sort of index fund. So for that, just remember that risk is directly proportional to the reward. So the more you take risks, the more the reward it. But for that, the god of stock market, that is Mr. Warren Buffett, had just tried to frame 2 rules which we will be discussing in the last part of this video. But just for the sake of simplicity, just try to know the power of our country's index, that what are the returns that we could expect from our country's index, that is just by investing in this sort of mutual fund who are just an index fund. So for that, let's look the return which the Sensex has given since its birth, that is since its inception. So the Sensex was just formed in 1979 and it had started from 100 point and now it is trading at 40,000 point. So if we apply that formula of compound interest, which we must have read basically in our KGs or standard 1, 2 or 5 classes, I just cannot recall the exact class, but we all must have read this sort of formula, that is T equal to P 1 plus R whole to the power n, that is T is the net amount and P is the initial amount. So keeping T as 40,000 and P as 100, 1 plus, that is rate we need to find out, and n is let's say 40 year. So after calculating this we could get the rate, that is the compounded annual growth rate, is around 16.15%. that is Sensex from its birth have given a compounded annual growth rate of 16.15%. and if I invest in this sort of index, so these top 50 companies must have given some sort of dividend, and it is definitely true that they have given some sort of dividend. So taking into the consideration of the dividend which we had get by investing in this sort of index fund, that roughly accounts to 1 to 1.5%. So overall Sensex from its birth have given a compounded annual growth rate of, that is CAGR, of around 18%. So that is just huge. I mean, just 18% return. You must be telling that 18%, yeah, that's it. I am just expecting that it should have given a return of around 40%, 50%, but this just 18%. So for that, let's look that what the god of the stock market, that is Mr. Warren Buffett, had get by investing in this sort of asset classes, that what the returns he had get from the stock market. So for that, let's look the return of Mr. Warren Buffett in due course of the year. So for that, I am just taking you to a website that is not exactly the website of Berkshire Hathaway basically. That is, I am just typing letters to shareholders, and this is the Berkshire Hathaway is basically a company of Warren Buffett, and it shows that what are the aggregate return the company has get in due course of the time. It was started in 1965 and now it is 2020. So what is the return that Mr. Warren Buffett has got from the stock market? So you could see that the company, as I have told that the company was started in 1965 and till 2019 the overall CAGR is 20.3%, and our country is just giving a rate of 18%. So and most of us might know that what the wealth of Mr. Warren Buffett is, that roughly accounts to $84 billion. That is just tremendous wealth. He is just getting a CAGR of around 20%. So as I have told before, that risk is directly proportional to reward. So if you are taking more risks, the chances of losing your money is also more. And if you are taking an optimum risk, see the risk the Warren Buffett has just taken, he is just getting 20.3% from the stock market, and now just see his wealth, like how much wealth he has just accumulated in due course of time. And he has also seen a lots of ups and downs, like in the first year, that is in 1965, he has got a return of 49.5% from market. That is great. And in the immediate next year, it was that the company was in loss. It lose 3.4%. the ones which are in bracket, they are the losses. And now you could also see that in year 1974 the company has lost 48.7%. So aggregating all sort of returns which he had got from the stock market, it accounts to 20.3%. that is, if you had invested 1 lakh in Warren Buffett company in 1965, then just see the overall gain, it accounts to 27,44,062%. So if you have invested 1 lakh in Warren Buffett company, then by now you must be having a amount of 274 crore. That is again a huge amount. Just by getting 20.3% of return, he has just accumulated a enormous wealth, that is $84 billion wealth. And as I have told that our Sensex has given a return of around 18%, but just try to understand this. The inflation in India accounts to 4 to 6%, whereas in case of America it's account to 2.2 to 6%, 2 to 4% basically. So had Warren Buffett be an Indian person, he would have gained an overall return of around 25% in terms of Indian context. But since he is in America and the inflation there is a bit less, so his overall return is 20.3%. but if he is an Indian guy, then he must have getting a interest rate of 25%. Now, the most interesting part of the video, that is what is the amount of wealth that can I accumulate by investing in this sort of index fund. So before that, I just want to make you a request that it take a huge amount of hard work and a huge amount of homework for me to create such type of content. So if you are liking my content, then do consider liking this video and subscribing my channel. So let's move to the last part. So here I have just try to take few of the cases, that is I had just tried to jot down 4 cases basically that are just hypothetical, and I just want to show you that how the things happen, and you can also plan it according to your goals, according to your ambitions, and according to your dreams. So these are just the calculation which I had just tried to show. I had just tried to show the power of the index, the power of the Nifty, and the power of the Sensex which our country do have. So for that, let us consider the first case, and I just want to make a point here that it is absolutely true that in longer run we are getting a return of 18% from our country, but let just be a bit conservative and just think that we are getting a return of around 16% only, and just let's see what are the amount that we can accumulate just by investing a few amount. So the first case is, let us think that you are a boy or a girl of 18 years of age. To start investing, you just need a bank account and you just need a PAN card, and I hope most of people do have this sort of things, and only then you could invest in this sort of mutual fund. And I am just telling him to invest for 8 years only. So I am just telling him to invest 500 per month for 8 years. So how he can get this 500 rupees? So I think that most of the parents now are just giving a pocket money of more than 1000 rupees or 2000 rupees per month, even more than that. And I am just telling you just to save this 500 rupees in your initial phase of the year, so that you can grow a big tree at your retirement age. You must be thinking that अरे यार अभी तो खेलने कूदने को उम्र है, and he is just telling me to think about the retirement. I am just telling you to see the magic, that how the magic of investing in the index, how the magic of how the magic of compounding take place in due course of year. And why I have considered the 18 year of age, because the compounding only work in a longer term horizon, not for the 1 or 2 years. So I am just thinking that by any means you can just get this 500 rupees per month, and I am just telling you to invest in an index fund which is giving you a return of 16%. So for that I have just there is a formula to calculate the returns which we will be getting in a due course of time. So for that there is a formula in Excel, that is future value. How this formula has came, how this formula is working, we will discuss in upcoming videos, but just for now just see the calculation and just the things, how the things are happening right here. So for that we have taken a formula that is equal to future value, and there are 4 fields basically: the rate which we are getting from the mutual fund, the number of periods, that is the time horizon in which we are investing, the payment amount, that is the amount which we will be depositing in this sort of fund, and what is the present value. So for that, like the first case, in the first case, let us consider the return as 16% and you are getting it on a monthly basis, that is, and so for that the reason we have divided it by 12, and I am just telling you to save this money for 8 years, that is you just need to invest from 18 years of age to 25 years of age, and after that you just have to think nothing about investing. So the number of periods, that is the number of month, is 96, and the payment amount which you will be giving is 500 rupees, and the present value, that is now what the amount you are having, so I am having nothing. So the amount which we will be getting just by investing 500 from 18 years of age to 25 years of age is 96,238 rupees. So you must be telling, अरे यार ये क्या 96,000, ये तो बहुत छोटा सा अमाउंट है, करोड़पति बनाओ तो बात समझ में आए. So for that I just want to tell that by the age of 25 you must be having some sort of job, you must be having some sort of work where you are just working. So I am just assuming that this amount you will not withdraw in any of the circumstances, and let us withdraw at your retirement age, that is, let's say 60 years of age. So I am just thinking that you are keeping this sort of amount invested in the index fund which you have invested earlier. So the amount which we will be getting after, at the age, basically at the age of 35, that is after 35 year, 25 plus 35, that is 60, after 60 years of age, it accounts to, like we have calculated in the similar manner like we have calculated before, so is equal to future value. We are getting a return of 16%. now it is per annum, so we are not dividing it by 12. 35 is the age, 35 is the number of years for which we are investing, and as I have told that you just need not have to pay any money after that, so the amount is 0. And what I have told that the whatever the amount you have accumulated by the age of 25, you just need to keep invested. So the amount which you will be getting accounts to 1.7 crore of rupees. And what you have done, you have just done nothing. You have just started a bit earlier at the age of 18 years of age, and have kept invested by the age of 25 years of age, and now you are having a amount of 1.7 crore rupees. That is a huge amount basically. So now let's move to the second case which I have just tried to frame. So for that, let us suppose you are 22 years of old. So you just need to save 30,000 by hook or by crook, just by any means. Just try to save this 30,000 rupees, and I will definitely discuss in the later part that how you can accumulate this 30,000 rupees. But just for now, just to see that how the things happen, just try to assume that you have 30,000 of rupees and you will do nothing after this. Just keep invested in some sort of index fund which will give you a interest rate of 16%. So let us see what is the amount which we will be getting. So similarly, we have calculated that the return which we will be getting is 16% of return, and let us assume that the number of years which we will be investing is 40 years of age, and I will invest nothing after that. After investing 30,000 rupees, I will be investing nothing, and so we have written 0 here, and 30,000 was the amount which I was telling you to save and invest in this sort of index fund. So at the age of around 60 years, you will be getting a amount of 1.1 crore rupees just by investing in this index fund and doing nothing. Just see the magic, man. You have just tried to save this 30,000 rupees. And how you can do this? Like most of us demand a better smartphone for our studies, may it be OnePlus phone or may it be iPhone. Most of us demand from our parents, and this is the fact that you and I will definitely agree that keeping a phone worth rupees 15,000 is definitely okay to do all sorts of job. You can even play a heavy games, you can do all sort of work by just having a smartphone worth rupees 15,000. So ask your parents for the amount that you want to buy an iPhone, but just buy a smaller phone, that is a 15,000 phone or 20,000 phone, and keep the rest of the amount invested in this sort of index fund. And here most of you will tell that अरे ये क्या बात बोल दी यार, अभी तो आईफोन लेने का उम्र है, तुम रिटायरमेंट का बात कर रहा है. I am not telling this. If you are just getting more fascinated by having an iPhone, then definitely go for this. But the best part of investing is living some sort of years that nobody wants to live. Like nobody wants to starve. Nobody wants to be underrated. All of us want to be accepted by our friend in terms of each and everything, may it be in terms of the status which we are living, or may it be in terms of the things which we and my friends are just consuming. All of us wants that. But what I am telling, that investing is an art, or investing is basically a science, that living some sort of year that nobody wants to live. But just believe me, it do have the potential that after a point of time you will have something that nobody can even expect. That how he had a huge corpus of money. अरे यार, ये तो कुछ नहीं करता था, इसके पास इतना पैसा कहाँ से आ गया? इसके पास इतना पैसा यहाँ से आया because he have invested in some sort of asset classes, may it be mutual fund or in some sort of good stocks. so he have accumulated this sort of money. So this was the first case. The second case which I want to discuss is, most of us will agree that in many foreign countries, like most of the students are just doing part-time job and paying for their education fees. So this is the things we could also just learn from them, and we could also do it. Like if we are at age of 22, we can easily do a job in Domino's, or we can do a job in KFC just by packaging this sort of things, and they are giving more than 10,000 for doing this sort of job, just doing for 2 or 3 hours a day. They are definitely giving. Now at this point of time, most of you might tell that अरे यार लोग क्या कहेंगे, like my relative will tell that अरे देखिए शर्मा जी का बेटा इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में कर रहा था, पढ़ रहा था, लेकिन अभी तो वो डोसा बेच रहा है, और he is just selling the pizza. Like at this point of time, just try to think that Warren Buffett also belongs to a decent class of family, like his father was earning a lot, but still he wanted to do something on its own, so he used to sell the newspaper door to door, and he have accumulated an amount from there. So doing a job in doing a part-time job basically in KFC or in Domino's definitely do not matter. What will matter that how you will be living after your retirement, not after your retirement and not basically after the retirement. And if you are into this sort of field, I am pretty sure that before age of 60, may it be 40 or 50, you will have a corpus of money that even if you don't do your job after the age of 40 or 50, you will be having an enormous amount of money. Just use your mind and just try to use this sort of example to plan your goals and plan your dreams. So let us consider the third case. Assume that you are of age of 25, like most of my viewers are from age 18 to 25. So let us consider that you are at age of 25 and you are watching this video, and I am just trying to tell you that you must be having some sort of job, and by any means you can just accumulate 10,000 rupees per month, and you just have to do nothing, just accumulate 10,000 rupees per month and do a SIP in this sort of index fund. And let us consider that the number of time periods you will be having is 35 years, and for this I am taking you to a calculator, that is easycalculation.com. I will give you the link in my description box so that you can also calculate the same thing. So I am just taking you to this calculator with just just calculate what is the amount which we will be getting after a certain period of time. So as I have told that monthly investment is 10,000, the time period is 35 years, the expected returns which we will be getting, let's say this time it is 17%, and the amount which we will be getting is 26 crore rupees, more than 26 crore rupees, that is 26 crore 27 lakh 72,319 rupees, just by accumulating this 10,000 rupees for 35 years. I am not just taking into the consideration that you will change your job, or you will get some sort of promotion, or you will have some sort of lump sum amount of money in due course of time. I am just not considering this sort of fact. Just I am telling that invest in some sort of index fund for 35 years, and the amount is 10,000. So the amount which you will be getting at the age of 60 years is 26 crore, and it is just terrific amount to spend rest of your life. And I am pretty sure that no asset classes have the potential to give this sort of return, and they are just risk free, because we are betting on our country, progress. And since India is a developing country, it will develop, and we will get this sort of amount, like 1 or 2 crore may definitely be varying, but definitely we could accumulate a amount greater than 25 crore, and that is terrific amount. Now let us consider the fourth case, which is the favorite of mine, because we all are getting some sort of promotion after every year if you are doing some sort of job. So let us think that initially you just started with 10,000 rupees, and I am just telling you to invest for 35 years, and the return which you will be getting is 17%. But this time what you will do is increase your SIP by 10%. So now, like you have started by 10,000 rupees, then after a year you will be investing 11,000 rupees, and after a year you will again increase your amount by 10%, and so on. So basically you are just increasing your amount by 10%, and the amount which you will be getting at your age of 60 is 53 crore 34 lakh 70,442. Now just see the amount, like if you have this sort of amount at your retirement age, then this is definitely a fabulous amount. Like, wow, what is the amount which I have get? This is just an amazing amount. And I just want to discuss one more example with you. This is my personal favorite. The previous one was also my favorite, but this is also my personal favorite, because in this case we just have to do nothing. All the things which have to be done is by our parents. So let us think that a boy or a girl is born in some sort of family. A child is basically born in some sort of family, and at the point the boy or a girl is born, at a point, I am just repeating the word boy or a girl, I just don't know why. So just let us think that if a child is born is in a family and their parents have decided to invest a 30,000 rupees for him in some sort of index fund, and they have just told that never break this amount in terms of, in case of any sort of emergency, just keep this amount till your retirement age. Why I am just taking this example is just to show you that how the compounding thing basically work. Albert Einstein used to call compounding as the eighth wonder of the world, and there is something as called as the ninth wonder of the world, that is the patience. So compounding will only work if you have patience in this sort of stock market, in this sort of market. Basically, if you are having patience, then definitely the power of compounding will work. So let us think that if a child is born in a family and their parents have just kept an amount of 30,000 for him, and they have not withdrawn in any sort of circumstances, may it be for the educational purpose, may it be for any sort of health issue, or may it be for anything. Like what I am just trying to say, that keep this money invested for 60 years in some sort of index fund. So the amount which you will be receiving after 60 years is 61 crore, greater than 61 crore. I mean, this is just a huge amount. And if I am just telling a person who aged 55 or 56, that if I am just telling that you will be getting an amount of 50 or 60 crore after 5 years, then he will be more than happy. And most of just even cannot accumulate this sort of amount in any sort of asset classes, by investing in any sort of asset classes. And you must be wondering that अरे यार ये तो इन्फ्लेशन का बहुत ज़्यादा बात करता था. So in due course of 60 years definitely inflation will take place. Let us see that what is the impact of inflation. So for that I have used the same formula, that is equal to future value 6%, that is inflation in India is accounts to 6%, and the age which will and the time frame is basically the 60 year, and amount I have just tried to use is 1 rupees. Why 1 rupees? Like if I able to buy a candy worth rupees 1 now, then after 60 year how much amount I just need to pay to buy the same candy? So it turns to be 33 rupees. So just see the impact of inflation. And if I adjust the amount, that is 61 crore, from 30 rupees, which we have calculated right now here just by dividing them, then I will be getting a amount of 1.86 crore just also. And this is the amount which I have taken considering the inflation also. So if I am just gifting some sort of person who is of age of 60 1.86 crore rupees, then he will be more than happy to have this sort of amount. So just see that how the things happen in the index fund. These are just the magical thing which we have. These are the things that we do have the opportunity, but due to the lack of financial literacy in our country, due to the lack of the proper knowledge, most of us call the stock market and mutual fund as a gamble, which is definitely not true. So I am keeping the things till here only, and I hope you have liked the content. So do consider subscribing my channel and liking this video and sharing with your friends and relatives, so that they could also plan their future. They could also see that what are the power and what is the magic of investing in this sort of index. Till then, take very special care of yourself. Be marks, be safe, and that's it for today. Have a nice day. Bye bye.